Oh, hey everybody. You're watching Witches of the Moon, and I am Desert Siren, and we are doing a few fill-in videos for season 1 that got missed or skipped or whatnot. Excuse me, my nose is running. And let me tell you, go pull up a chair, get something to drink or whatever, which I think I might, because I opted and asked for children and paganism. And this is a topic having 2 girls, and it's not too much of a topic now with my youngest, but for some reason it was a major issue with my oldest. Dr. Pepper. Sorry, I know, not healthy, but sorry, I just made 2 other videos. I'm parched. So this is going to be about what I do, my experiences, what I think. So let's start with my experiences. Oh. You know, I thought that once I started this path, the thing that would be hard would be, you know, my family being okay with teaching my then only daughter what I believed and whatnot. And it wasn't all that bad. I got more flack and more attitude from fellow pagans, fellow witches. There was one who shall remain nameless because she is here on YouTube and she has thousands of followers. People love her. And, you know, I'm not saying that just because her and I see things differently that makes her any less of a person or a witch or whatever, you know, but the way she went about telling me definitely fell in the category of bitchy witch. Bitchy witchy. Because what I want to do and have done thus far with my children is to not so much to just say, hey, this is my religion, this is what I do, and you're gonna do it too. I want them to be exposed to as many different religions as possible, because I want them to find something that resonates with them inside their spirit, their soul. And that's one of the reasons why I go to the Unitarian Church, because even though we all categorize ourselves as Unitarian, everybody has their own religion there. You know, there's Muslims, there's Buddhists, there's pagans, there's Christians, there's Jewish, everything is there. And that's really what I want my kids to be surrounded by. How you can believe what you want to believe and still be loving and accepting and treat everybody equal, the same, and with the same kind of love. You know, I hate where people just feel because they believe one way they can't be courteous or kind or just human to somebody else. So with my firstborn, you know, her biological father is Christian, and so was my mom. Her grandfather's Catholic, and then her other grandmother is Jewish, and then of course me, pagan. So I stood back, kind of like, you know, in the shadows and whatnot of my beliefs, because especially when they're younger, sometimes they get a little mixed up when you go into the religious part of paganism. And then it just comes out, hey, my mom's a witch. But they they don't know everything, you know. So I just kind of stood in the background and, you know, really say much about it or to her, or, you know, she knew that I honored the earth, basically. So, you know, I let her dad take her to church on Sundays. You know, she said her prayers at bedtime and before dinners with Grandma. That's fine. You know, the only time I did kind of put my input in it was, you know, well, don't only thank God, but thank the goddess too. There's a female counterpart. And she always saw it as like the Virgin Mary or whatnot. So that's fine. And it was actually her dad and her grandpa that made her at age, I think she was 7 or 8, question differences in religion. So I didn't even have to do anything. They did it. Because she'd go to church with her dad certain Sundays, and then she started going to Mass with her grandpa. And just how different Catholics worshipped and their routine, you know, just the differences, and even how the church looked. She just noticed all the differences. So because of these two different Christian beliefs, that's when she approached me with, why is it so different? So then I started dipping into, you know, okay, well, there are different religions, and, you know, trying to explain to her as much as I can. So that's when she became really interested in going to temple with her grandmother, who is Jewish. And her uncle is actually atheist, and that just blew her mind away. She was so interested on his thoughts, his beliefs. At that time, I was also taking Tai Chi classes, and my teacher was Buddhist, so she loved listening to her, reading her stuff, what she had to say. You know, she became very interested in other religions at a very young age. So between 7 and 10, that's basically what I let her do, you know, learn from all these wonderful people around her. But as she got older, that's when she started, you know, asking me, well, Mom, what is your religion? What do you do? How do you connect with the divine? And, you know, so she started asking questions about how I believe. So, I mean, granted, yes, you know, me being her primary guardian, living with me, you know, of course she's going to be influenced by me because she lives with me. So she did become more intrigued in paganism. And a lot, like I said, a lot of fellow witches, fellow pagans start getting mad at me because I was willing to teach her and to tell her about it. You know, they'd say, you know, oh, you're just like a damn Christian. You're shoving your religion down her throat. You're not giving her any option. And to me, I'm just like, I got mad, but not too mad, because I was just like, you know, number one, you don't know me. That's not what I did. And number two, it's not your kid. So, you know, screw you. Back off. And, you know, so kind of went through that. And at 13, she told me she wanted to be pagan. I told her to do her research more, to read up on it more. I really wanted her to know everything before she made a decision like that. And she actually got a little agitated with me, you know, but I just said, no, you know, at 13, everything's new, you know, ooh, casting spells is cool, or, you know, I said, but for me, paganism is a spiritual thing, you know, and I wanted her to get in touch with that part, you know, so she was like, yeah, okay, So she still felt the same way at 16. So at 16, we actually had her and her little sister's Wickening. So that was the path she picked. She still goes to temple with her grandmother. She won't go to church with her dad or her grandfather, but she goes to our church at First Unitarian. And, she's a little offended that they won't come down to that church to go with her. So, she feels that why can't they be as open-minded to at least check it out? No, she's not asking them to convert, just to check it out the way she did with them. So, with my youngest, her grandmother, my mom, she lives with me. She still talks to her about Jesus and God and everything. And that's fine. I have no problem with it. But I have been a lot more open with her about my beliefs and how I feel. Because I think it was Charming Pixie Flora when she had her, well, she still has it up, but when she was active on that YouTube channel, she said it right, that it's no different as us growing up. Our parents were Christians or Catholics or whatever, and we were automatically, they raised us the way they believed. Why is it so wrong for pagans to do the same thing? And it's true. It's like I never felt, when I was younger, I never felt forced into Christianity. Now, as I got older, and as a teenager, then I kind of felt it. But as a youngin', it didn't faze me. It was fine. We prayed before bed, we prayed before we ate, we went to church. We read the Bible, no big deal. It didn't bother me. I never felt forced into anything. I'm not saying this is how it is with everybody, but with my family, I never felt like I was forced to be a Christian. So, with my youngest, yes, I am teaching her my ways. I have no problem with it. I do not believe that it's forced. Because she actually, I'll be honest, she makes me practice more than I do myself. Does that make sense? Because, there's times, because there's been a lot of waves going on in my life, things are changing definitely in my life and household and whatnot. And there's times where I'm just sitting like, Mom. And she's like, Mom, aren't you going to get up and do anything for the full moon? What are we going to do for the summer solstice? Because at church they do talk about summer solstice and the seasons and all that stuff and everything. Let's do something for the fairies. Mom, she calls it, let's do our herbs. That's when we make our incense blends. Let's do our herbs, Mom. Or she'll pick one of my tools and she'll ask me, what's this for? Or how do you use this? Why is this on your altar? She's very intrigued. The only thing she doesn't like the fact that wands don't work the way they do in Harry Potter. I try to explain to her the significance and how we use them, but I think that's gonna have to come later on. Right now she's just really mad that they don't blow things up. And she doesn't have no problem saying her prayers at night. She will, and I love this, she will add the goddess's name to everything. I hear her. Grandma will say, Dear God, and she'll say, and Goddess. Or when she says, Thank you, Lord, she's like, and Lady. And I love it. I love it. Now, if she were to decide as she gets older that she wants something else, that's fine. That's fine. I just want her to be open to everything, you know. And like now, my oldest daughter, like she decided to go to paganism, but right now she's studying, and she even took a Bible literacy class in high school so she can learn everything. But right now she's going more towards the Hinduism. That's something I haven't explored a lot of, so she's really doing it all on her own. But if my youngest wanted to learn more about another religion, I would be gung ho. I would find her connections. I would definitely get in touch with someone that I feel would guide her the right way in whatever religion she picked. And like I said, that's why I really love our church, because there's all and everybody, all types, everything there. So yeah, that is my views on children and paganism. I feel that it is not wrong for you to teach your children your path. There is absolutely nothing wrong, especially if they are interested in it. If they are interested in other ones, by all means, be just as excited and interesting in the other religions out there for the kids. But as far as paganism, I love my little pagan babies. I do. I love the fact that she comes in with 20 million rocks from the yard. She collects flowers and sticks. I love it. And I won't change that for anybody. You know, there's going to be some people that disagree with me, and that by all means, that is your right. But it's also my right to do what I feel is right by my kids, and it's teaching them my path. So, I am off the Witches of the Moon soapbox. And like I said, we're doing fill-ins from season 1, so there'll probably be other videos up and whatnot. But I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for sticking around for 17 minutes to hear me jibber jabber. So thank you, everybody. Blessed be. Bye.